The Global Innovation Academy is a new model of learning and training which we're developing at the moment. So it's in a pilot stage. And so we're really refining the model and the kind of learning experience for people. But it's essentially aimed at kind of mid-level senior servants, managers in NGOs who want to understand a new way of thinking. And why are we doing it? We know that there's lots of problems in society. We talked about a lot of the drivers for innovation. But the problem is that many of the people that are responsible for dealing with these drivers feel stuck. They don't know how to go about changing things. They don't know how to go about influencing their managers and the people that are in charge of them, but also just in terms of a different way of thinking. And there are a number of ways that people, these are the kind of courses that we're doing, there are a number of ways that we can work with people to do that. And so we've been trialling out a series of, well, at the most basic level, kind of online course materials, 2 to 3 day kind of, we call it the Social Innovation 101. What is this thing and how does it work? Then longer bespoke and in-depth courses. So we're talking about a number of national NGOs about doing this. To work with them in a series of modules, and these are the ones that we've been developing so far. So obviously around the finance thing, but also around what does good look like, how do we diagnose what the actual problem is, and it will work. The model and the way it will work, we're still developing, but it will involve a lot more people in a very different way to a traditional education establishment. So there'll be a global faculty who we can bring in from different parts of the world who have expertise in very different areas, working very closely with local partners. And this is the session that we did in Bilbao. A number of our partners have been working with the Commission for a long time, and as Jeff said, Barroso was one of the first people that supported this idea from inside the Commission. And Barroso's think tank, BEPA, or the Bureau of European Policy Advisors, and a set of recommendations between us. And I won't go through all of them because there are lots of the things that we've talked about, but it's around creating environments in which social innovation can flourish, creating new intermediaries to support innovation, not just in terms of finance, but in terms of mentoring for new organisations, incubators, physical spaces for innovation to happen, just a better, broader look at the ways that we can tackle the priority areas in society. Out of this, one of the things that also came out was around the visibility of social innovation. People don't know what it is. We want to see projects. We want to see ways that people are actually doing this. We want to be able to communicate throughout the Commission, but also throughout Europe, what this thing looks like. So we ran together with another European network a competition. It wasn't really a competition. It was a call for inspiring stories. And out of the 400 entries that we had across Europe in a very, very short space of time, the Commission and a number of other judges chose 10 inspiring stories that we can communicate. And the Commission now use this in all of their social innovation work as a way of showing people what it looks like. So the visibility was a real issue, and you guys talked about that quite a lot. What we're actually doing beyond creating this common language is a number of activities. So we've created a network or an online hub, which we internally call 6 Europe, but don't tell the Commission. And finding new opportunities for people on a European level to meet and collaborate. So what we're doing here is creating a kind of magazine space of some of the best ideas, the best failures, the most interesting insights, the most critical thought around this area from leaders across Europe. And we're looking at a number of things, but 2 things in particular: finance and measuring. And I feel like we've talked about this a lot this morning, but I should just tell you a couple of the things that have come out in the recommendations. And this report is just having final sign-off from the Commission. So as soon as it's available in the next few weeks, I'll be able to circulate it with all of you. But essentially what we're proposing is a family of funds, not one social innovation fund, but a family of funds that are organised around this innovation life cycle. So looking at the beginning, or actually, sorry, going back to the piece of work that we did, the study that we did in the UK on social venture intermediaries, We found that there was loads of finance available at this point in the UK, big amounts of money. And some available here. There's a number of organisations in the UK that provide small sections of seed funding for new ideas. But in terms of helping those new ideas develop into actual organisations that are sustainable, this whole section appears to be missing. So although there's finance here, there is no pipeline of ideas to get there. So Triodos Bank was one of the biggest ones that had some money for this in the UK and was just unable to invest because we weren't supporting the pipeline of ideas. So one of the things that we're suggesting is to the European Commission is that they have the appropriate kinds of finance across the innovation life cycle.